what's going on since this Trump said that immigrants attack soldiers started taunting me from therefore we ran away after this lesson. Acting up, so they're using their gangs to be attacking immigrants. You know, as this Trump is blaming everything on immigrants, and they said it's quite possible that they may be lying because the law enforcement are allowed to lie. Obama admitted that they were lying about not being able to find Osama bin Laden. You know, so they're blaming immigrants for everything. My mother was killed as soon as we shoot them for taking her home. My mother, an immigrant lady, was killed. They lied that she was crazy, she wasn't crazy. They're lying on me, also arresting me everywhere. I'm a civil rights activist. I criticize Trump, and now they're using their Black American gangs to attack me. They said the government here is allowed to lie and the police are allowed to lie. So we don't even know if it's true an immigrant was attacking their soldiers. You know, Obama said they were lying about Osama bin Laden, that they couldn't find him, said they already knew where he was, but they lied for many years. So I'm a Nigerian activist. I criticize Trump and Black American gangs attack me on analysis the time I'm going to be killed soon. And now it's like they're framing immigrants up as the immigrants in America are attacking US soldiers. You know, and everything just keeps going bad for immigrants. They said the law enforcement here is allowed to lie in America. They can make up any lies, the court can't sanction them. But this is very dangerous, because they're finding excuses to be locking up immigrants, and they're sending Black Americans to attack me as a Nigerian. Me and my mother sued the police. My mother's dead now. A Black American helping us is also dead at Ghana. So they're killing. And those Black Americans came out of nowhere. They were lying. Say something smells bad. So they accuse us, me and Africans, of smelling. If I was smelling bad, wouldn't people be running away from me? You know, how come so many Black Americans and their gang members that can smell me? So everywhere I go, they tell them to be lying. They tell me they're going to make me kill myself. So they're introducing Guantanamo Bay torture. They said they would, after 9/11 happened, they were arresting immigrants in Afghanistan, bringing them to the US, and they will mock these immigrants till they kill themselves. You know, so if I'm smelling so bad, wouldn't everybody be running away from the train? Wouldn't everybody? How come so many gang members they're coming close to me and they were laughing and saying somebody smells so bad, So that's how they make mock. I'm a Nigerian. They say they always mock Africans like that. Say some Black Americans don't like Africans. They will sold them to slavery. So if I'm smelling so bad as a Nigerian, you know, wouldn't people be running away? You know, how come only those Black Americans could smell me? So I'm a Nigerian. I criticize the U.S. government. So they're now hiring Black American gangs to beat me up. Some Black Americans were following. So somebody smells so bad. And look, the other people came on the train. If I was smelling so bad, wouldn't these people run away from me? Instead, they came close to me. So they said the U.S. government is allowed to lie. As I'm criticizing this Trump, I have evidence he's into sex trafficking. I used to gamble in casino 2011, and I was winning money, and they called the police to take me away. I said I should have come. I didn't pay me the money he owes me. And I've been trying to sue. I started to become president. He quickly declared bankruptcy. You know, so I criticize him every day. I know he's sick. He's also into sex trafficking. I and Epstein are the only two people, you know, that know his secret. They said they ordered Epstein to be arrested. Epstein was his friend. As soon as Trump became president, and people believe they killed Epstein in the federal prison in Brooklyn because they said the cameras wasn't working. You know, so as I'm criticizing them, they said the law enforcement in America is allowed to lie. So they said an immigrant attack US soldiers. And they said now it's going to go tough on the immigrants as I'm criticizing them. You know, so this has to be investigated, you know, because they're going to start allowing people to be copying and cards, you know. But once you start treating immigrants bad, everybody's going to join in and be treating immigrants bad. You know, so they had some Black Americans follow me around and they were mocking me, they would punch me, beat me, say we Africans we smell. So they're telling Black Americans to be mocking fun of their fellow Blacks. So this is the worst white supremacy. You know, people have been coming on the train, you know, they don't seem to smell nothing on the train. Well, how come it's only so they hired these black Americans to be Trump president? I have evidence of Trump as there's a sex trafficker. I used to go to his hotel, in 2011 in Atlantic City. And I've been trying to sue him based on the evidence I have, but they said it's so hard to sue him. Even a white woman that said this Trump was stealing money to give to her from his campaign donation, Stormy Daniels. She won a lawsuit eventually, but she said a lot of lawyers wouldn't help her. She's a white American woman, Stormy Daniels. So the Nigerians is the hardest one. But I have evidence of him being a sex trafficker. As I say, Epstein, his friend, said, him and Trump were into child rape. And before this, Epstein was sending emails and saying somebody killed this Epstein while he was in prison. It's been alleged. So now they said the law enforcement is allowed to lie. Even Obama said they were lying about Osama bin Laden, said they couldn't find him, said they knew where he was, they were just lying to the OI when they couldn't find him. So it's very possible that an immigrant didn't attack US soldiers. This Trump is just trying to get rid of me as a Nigerian, and that is why he's telling his law enforcement to be lying. So now he's claiming immigrants are coming to America to attack US soldiers. And Obama told the truth. He said the US was lying about Osama bin Laden. For many years, they were saying they couldn't find him, they're looking for him, they believe he's dead. They said they knew he was alive because America had satellite camera, and immediately 9/11 happened, they said they were through that second. They said they always knew where he was. Even before 9/11, they knew they were watching him on the satellite camera. He said, and they knew he was hiding in the Pakistani jungle. He said, but they were lying just to keep this Osama bin Laden comfortable. So at one point, the US military made up a lie that they believe he's dead, that one of his soldiers killed him because they thought it was going to be too much to hide him. So at some point they said they kept releasing fake information to keep him comfortable because he was listening to like the BBC, he was listening to international radio. So then he felt so comfortable, and he said Obama then signed an order that he should just go and kill him. So they said they sent the snipers. They said they could have arrested him, but they didn't want to arrest him, they killed him, which is against international law. You have no right to kill somebody without taking them to court of law. So this is a country that is killing immigrants for no reason. So I criticized this Trump. All of a sudden, they said some foreigners killing US soldiers is going to be tough against immigrants. So he owes me money. I used to gamble in this casino in 2011, and he was also hiring undocumented workers. He didn't pay them money. Those workers have finally gotten money, but the money he owes me, I'm from Nigeria, he hasn't paid me. And then he became president. Anytime I talk about it, he's been sending his immigration to be deporting people. Now he's claiming, some immigrants are attacking US soldiers, and they've just attacked some US soldiers in Washington, D.C. And all this just seems far-fetched. Like, come on. Immigrants come to America to attack US soldiers in Washington, D.C. And they said the US government are allowed to lie under the law. They can claim that they're making up these lies just to scare terrorists from coming to America. So, and this is just too much. It's putting the immigrant community in a panic. Some people are trying to get me up, say I smell bad. And if I do smell bad, why are people on the train quiet? So they hire black American cops to attack me. So I think they may be trying to assassinate me. I'm a Nigerian, I criticize Trump, I criticize the US government. And instead of taking me to immigration court, they've already killed my mother and my father, and they don't want the evidence to come out. So I think they just want to kill me. So in case I die, please know what I'm going through. Please donate to my Cash App NYC Homeless. So this Trump said he was going to become a dictator. It was during his campaign last year. He said he's going to be a dictator from day one, and this is what dictators do. They make up lies and kill people. So he's not focusing on immigrants to be terrorizing. So this is, so the U.S. Congress has to investigate this. I know, as a country, they have a right to, to carry out whatever lies they want to carry out in theirs for the sake of the national security, but putting immigrants in a panic at a time that it's mass deporting immigrants and saying a lot of the immigrants are coming here to attack US soldiers in Washington, D.C. And that's why the immigrants come to America, not for jobs, so they can come to Washington, D.C. and kill U.S. soldiers. They were trying to, this just seemed extreme. The U.S. has satellite camera. They're able to see through the subway system. I was recording so much videos about this police. I put my cell phone in my bag, and I fell asleep when I woke up. They dig their hand into my bag and remove the cell phone. Through the satellite camera, they sent thieves. My mother also, when she was alive, she was living in the shelter. They were stealing everything from her. She couldn't believe it. All our immigration department, they finally killed her. They killed her in Manhattan. So the U.S. has satellite cameras and stuff. There's no way an immigrant would. I just find it unbelievable that an immigrant will come to America and go to Washington D.C. to kill U.S. soldiers, and they wouldn't know about it. I just find it unbelievable. And they said that immigrants came into the country illegally. Right. Came into the country illegally last year through Biden and went to Washington D.C. and was shooting at U.S. soldiers in Washington D.C. out of all places. And nobody was, I was in immigration prison, and once you've ever encountered, they put you on FBI surveillance forever. My mother had a green card from here when I was a minor child, and they arrested me in JFK, said, green card holders can't bring their children here. Since then, I've been under FBI surveillance, and I finally got my green card through my mother. She became a U.S. citizen after that. But, they still have me on FBI surveillance because I criticize their government a lot. This is how I know, and every time, things are always disappearing. If I require anything about the police attacking somebody, within 1 week, they'll steal the cell phone from me. Once I go to sleep, I wake up. And I always hide my cell phone underneath my bag. And that will be the only thing they'll steal. So this is how I know through their satellite camera, they send thieves and tell them which bag. Because I carry different color of bag. Some of my bag is black, some of my bag is blue. So they'll just tell the thief, check in the blue bag. Dig your hand in, it's going on. They steal things from me like crazy. It's going to the point I like, what? I just said, whatever you want to steal, So this is. So I think the FIFA needs to investigate this, because all my passport, everything has been stolen. Because I used to work as a home mate, they don't want me to go back to work, they just want me to be on the street so they can frame me up as a crazy immigrant and have their police kill me. So my green card is stolen it, my passport is stolen it. All my money, anytime I have money, if I put it in my bag, if I go to sleep, wake up, they'll just take the money out of the bag and leave the entire bag. Sometimes, so there, so this how you can tell they're watching people on satellite cameras and stuff, and I think they're putting the heat on the immigrant community. It violates the 8th Amendment that you can't use excessive force on civilians. So a lot of immigrants have nothing really, and to now demonize immigrants as people that come here to fight U.S. soldiers. Come on. 8th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution bars the law enforcement from using excessive power against any civilian. A lot of immigrants have nothing, can't even get an ID. So now claim a lot of immigrants are coming to America to come to Washington to attack U.S. soldiers. Like, come on. I know that the court has said the law enforcement and governments can lie, if they, for whatever security reason. But to now be claiming that all the immigrants, they need to watch us for being, all have come here to attack U.S. soldiers. mean, they need to slow down with some of these lies. I'm not saying don't lie, but slow it down a little. Like, human black have nothing better to do. It's one thing to say foreign government affected. But the latest immigrant companies are all come and attack US soldiers in Washington. It's one thing accusing the foreign government of sending the soldiers away. But now it's saying no, it's not even the foreign government. It's just everyday people traveling to America to come and attack US soldiers. I did it to slow it down.